1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a level check. Fox 19 now. Meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer. Running a couple minutes late for no other reason than my fingers are slower than they used to be when I'm doing a keyboard thing. Okay, so here we go. Hi everybody, I'm meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer. You're looking out over downtown Cincinnati, 82 degrees. Now that's the 7 p.m. temperature at CVG, the official temperature for this part of the country. And what we're looking at here is we're looking at cumulus clouds in the sky beginning to dissipate a little bit. Let me play around here with it a little bit. If I can log into the camera, and we can tilt it up a little bit. Okay, give me a second. Here we go. And you can see the cumulus clouds there. Let me show them to you full screen a little bit. And if we kind of zoom over, and you can see what's going on here. Okay, now those are cumulus clouds in the area that grow. Now, right here, you see this one right here? Okay, what happens is with this particular kind of cumulus cloud, now other weather systems than that can do this, but in this case, the main source of energy for the cumulus clouds is the heating of the day, so the solar heat. So the sun heats the ground heats the air in contact with it, and that air that is warm forms a thermal, okay? The thermal means the air that's in that area heated by the sun is warmer than its surrounding air, and it rises, so right in here is where you have an updraft, okay? Right in this area is an updraft. Now, as we head through the day, the sun is higher and higher and higher in the sky, and during daylight saving time, and this is kind of weird, people think that the time of day that we get the greatest heating around here is noon. Well, that is not correct, okay? Because our time zone is based on the 75th meridian, it takes about 37 minutes for the sun to get directly overhead here after the afternoon time. So at noon at the 75th meridian to the east of us is when the sun is directly over the meridian, the highest in the sky. It takes during standard time until 12:37 for it to get over here, and that's when you get peak heating. Okay, well, if you put daylight saving time on it, the sun makes it to our meridian, or the highest it's going to be in the sky, at 1:37 p.m. Okay, now there's a lag time here because the sun's heating the ground. It takes a little while for the ground to warm up, for it to transfer that heat to the air, for the thermal to form. And so even though our peak heating is at 1:37, the effect is it takes a couple hours for it to be fully felt. Okay, then once the sun moves off to the west and it's no longer as high in the sky and gets lower and lower in the sky, there's less and less heating, so these thermals tend to die down. And the clouds begin to dissipate also. And you can see this one's already come down a little bit from when we last looked at it. So that's kind of one of the little meteorological things that we study or teach students in introductory meteorology classes. There are many, many, many other factors, an upper level disturbance, lots of stuff that can go on that can change that. But on a day like today, when the primary source and no other complications are taking place, when the primary source of energy for these cumulus clouds is solar heating, the sun is heating the ground the most at 1:37 p.m. because we're 37 minutes west of the meridian for our time zone. That heating of the ground at 1:37 takes an hour and a half to 2 hours to really be realized and make it into heating the air. And so that gives us 3 o'clock-ish when we get the hottest part of the day, or maybe even a little later than that, and that's when you get the maximum development of cumulus clouds. Okay, once everything settles down, the cumulus clouds begin to shrink back, and that's what's happening right now. We're past peak heating, and they're beginning to shrink back. So that's my, as you can tell, I love to talk about weather, and that is my little spiel for the day. Okay, let's go on and take a look at what's going on here. Okay, these are 7 p.m. airport temperatures. And actually, again, we call them 7 p.m. temperatures, but most of them are observed around 8 minutes to 7 minutes before the hour. Okay, and that's traditional because when this was originally set up, I mean, all this stuff was set up for airline traffic and that. When it was originally set up, it took a long time to get the observation made because remember, you used to have to go outside years ago, walk outside, look at the thermometer, come back inside, type it in, and send it. Okay, and then they had indoor instruments and it got a little bit faster, but traditionally they did it a little bit before the hour so that it would be available by the hour, and that's kind of stuck. So we just call it the 7 p.m. temperature, but it's actually like 6:52. And most of this, maybe 6:54 for some of the later ones. Okay, so that's what you have. The official 7 p.m. temperatures, mainly in the 80s around the tri-state. Heat index values, a little warmer than the temperature in most cases, but not much, and that's because the humidity is enough to make you uncomfortable, but it's not that sultry feel. And tomorrow morning, you're not going to walk out of the house into a steam bath. You'll feel the humidity, but it won't be that bad. So here we go. Here's the radar and satellite loop, and you can see some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Now, let's put what I just told you about the development of cumulus clouds growing and settling down to a test. You can do that, and remember, some of those cumulus clouds grow enough for there to be showers. So let me do a box zoom here. Okay, find the tool. We can do a box zoom right into Clinton County, and you can see the showers and thunderstorms, a little lightning right there, and notice how they're just dying out as they move across northern Highland County. Okay, they reached peak. Now let me stop that. Okay, so this particular thunder shower, whoops, right there, reached peak about 6:09. Would that be correct? Yeah, about 6:09, and now it's dying out. You can see that happening. Okay. If we go a little bit farther to the west, we've got some additional shower activity. It's now in the Brookville area. Let's loop this one, and you'll see what's going to happen here. Come on. Now I'll try and loop. Okay, there we go. So we're looping that, and you can see it's kind of dying out. Notice you can see it dramatically dying out as it moves into the Brookville area. Let's try it one more time. Okay, let's loop it several times, and that pretty much tells you what's going on. You can see here, okay, here's the shower activity moving eastward. Pretty good area of heavy rain, and it just dies out to a little bit by the time it gets to Brookville. And no lightning reported with this one. That's good for the people that are camping up at Brookville Lake. Okay, so that's what we're looking. The northern part of Highland County, a shower moving toward Greenfield and South Salem. That's about it. And then over to the north and west, a little bit moving through the Brookville area and dying out as it does move that way. Okay, so I think I put it, there we go. Okay, now as we zoom out, we do see more off to the south and west, okay, and let's zoom into that, give you an idea what's happening. And again, what I didn't say, no flooding rains with this and no severe weather, so you might get some lightning. Lightning's always dangerous, and I'm going to have to turn the lightning off so we can see what's going on down here. So goodbye lightning, all right, and if we zoom out a little bit, okay, we'll watch how this is behaving. So let's loop this. And, you know, this is kind of what a meteorologist does a lot. We look at the behavior. And again, I've told you many times that we're the official weather provider for the Cincinnati Reds. And that includes today. They've got a big concert down there on Thursday, the Foo Fighters. And they've got a massive amount of construction they're doing. And so we were making sure they knew the weather for their construction crews. And luckily it all ended in the morning, and the afternoon was really nice, and they got a lot done. But you can see the rainfall there, even the stuff that you see down here in the Louisville area. Let me show you full screen first, and you can see it there. I thought I had it full screen, so I apologize. You can see it looks like a lot of rain forming around the Louisville area. And if you look, watch the stuff right here. It just dies out, and you've got a little bit more to the north. And so this shower activity right here just dies out a little bit more to the north. And as that moves north and eastward, if we time that out, it's moving slow enough that it wouldn't make it to downtown Cincinnati up here till about 9 o'clock. So most of it is going to die out, and we'll look at what the model says about that coming up. And so there you see the Louisville area. Okay, hang on just a second. I'm going to mute the microphone so I can talk to my wife about something. Okay, everyone, I'm sorry, but I have to leave for an emergency at home. And I'll see you again tomorrow. So thank you very much for coming. But that was a call from my wife. I've got an emergency I'm not sure about. But I will get back with you tomorrow. Thank you.